does he give it, and they love it.
Into the hot zone to Hull. Shooting stars! Brett Hull!
All right, folks, welcome back to Ice Guardians. Special treat today. We got our buddy Matt Irwin joining us, and we're coming at you from the Window World Studios, brought to you by Siteman Cancer Center. And all the way from Victoria, British Columbia. Is that where you're residing now, buddy?
That's it. Yep, you nailed it.
Victoria, British Columbia, undrafted, solicited by a college at UMass.
UMass, yep.
UMass College.
Yeah, UMass Amherst.
Amherst, and then found his way into free agency, signed with the San Jose Sharks, made a career in the National Hockey League as just one of those guys that are 3 a.m. guys that we talk about all the time. How you been, Matt?
I've been doing really well. Thanks for having me, Chaser. Hully, always a pleasure to see you both.
Can't win without the 3 a.m. guys.
Yeah, you can't win without 3 a.m. guys.
Yeah, but you need them to get in a few times before 3 a.m.
Yeah, well.
And that was the trouble
and
with
you. Did, right?
Yeah,
you made sure that everybody was home at night for curfew.
Made sure everyone was home. I
and
knew
if they
where
weren't,
I was
you
in
got
the
them home
lineup
at 2.
if I was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's all good. I made sure everyone was in.
Chaser had to teach me how to fold his clothes so a suitcase was ready when he'd walk in, and we had to catch the bus.
So exactly, you knew what you were wearing the next day.
Well, I had it folded at the end of his bed. Just didn't come home.
So you were packing the bag.
That's all.
Yeah, I love that.
So, Matty, you grew up playing youth hockey out in the West Coast, and ended up playing, I think, Junior B or 2-2, right?
Yeah.
In Nanaimo?
Yeah. So grew up
Beautiful.
Victoria.
Done real beautiful spots.
Unbelievable. I'm very fortunate to, played for a handful of teams throughout my career in general, but, started in Victoria on the peninsula in minor hockey, played Junior B, then went Tier 2, Junior A in Nanaimo with the Clippers in the BCHL, and that's where I got my scholarship to UMass.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys both played in the BCHL.
Yep.
Yeah, I played in Penticton.
Yeah.
Way before he did in Victoria or Nanaimo.
Records that won't be broken.
And I was buddies with Alistair Cook.
Mm-hmm.
And, you obviously know the area very well, but his parents owned a resort in Seashelt.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Sunshine Coast.
When we were in high school, we would, on weekends, go down there and take the ferry over and party all
Beautiful
weekend.
spot.
Unbelievable.
Not off the grid, but out there.
It was quiet.
Yeah, it's quiet.
Yeah,
it's peaceful. It's a good spot.
But man, was it beautiful.
For a good time. Yeah, no doubt.
With being and growing up out there, was it harder? Your exposure was pretty good to be ending up at UMass or Amherst and playing in that BC league. But was it the exposure when you were younger, or you just play?
I just played, to be honest with you. I didn't know anything about next levels of hockey.
Right.
The next level when I was playing minor hockey was the NHL. I didn't know, I knew the Victoria Cougars had a WHL team at the time. That seemed like a pipe dream. I didn't really understand much about, BCHL till you got older. So for me, it was just play hockey, have fun. Parents always said, if you're good enough, they'll find you. So
Exactly true. And they're smart because not in every case, because there's a lot of guys that get missed, but for the majority, if you've got the talent to play, they'll find you.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't move around. I played baseball in the spring and
best,
right?
Yeah.
So
Me
you do
too.
your hockey, you play baseball, then you're just, chomping at the bit to get back on the ice, right? Come summertime. So yeah, I just played to play. I loved it. I had fun, and every level you moved up, the next level was the next goal. So didn't look too far past that, and fortunately, it all panned out.
When you're playing and you start looking at the next step or whatever, was it kind of the Wild West, or it would calm down a lot because you just left the game?
Yeah, it's. The game's changed a lot, and obviously since you guys played, for sure. But you even see it in my 14 years pro, 11 in the NHL, like the transition of where the game's gone. When I first started in San Jose, the California teams were big. It was a gauntlet with Anaheim and LA and San Jose.
Right.
We were always big teams, good teams, and it was a gauntlet. And, now it's obviously changed so much speed and skill. So that's probably half the reason why I couldn't play anymore.
But speed and skill, that's one thing. But there's no more grit and grime and intimidation anymore.
Sandpaper,
There's the only thing you get that might resemble that is cheap shots.
Yeah.
Or if you want to call them cheap shots, or morons who don't get it and don't know that what's safety and what's not, because they, like you said, big, fast, and out of control a lot of times.
Yeah, well, there's that. And, with suspensions and everything, everyone that, was cut from that cloth has to change their game, right? Or next thing you know, they're pulling out their checkbook. And where, when I first started even, and obviously when you guys played, it was, you cut through the middle, your head's going to fall off.
You better have it up.
And it is clean.
Yeah. And
so that's changed, and it's changed a lot of the mindsets of the players, I'm sure. And, there's still some guys in the league that got that sandpaper, obviously, but it's just changed, and that's just the way it's been and how it's going, I guess.
right.
Well,
So
when you think about the game, about when you came through the game or whatever, what were some times where in the game you were like, oh my God, that kid just learned a bad lesson? Or was there an incident or something that you remember where you'd go, unbelievable, how do you go through the middle with his head down like that?
Yeah, there's a few. I remember Landeskog got popped by Brad Stewart in like my third game. It was a massive hit on the wall, and I was just like, wow, this is real. And there was always big collisions every game,
right.
or not just one, like multiple, like the big hits. You had to be aware. And for me as a young guy, and even all the way till my last year, like I would always, before I hopped on or over the boards or at a face-off, I'd look to see who was out there.
Well, I said it before every single game to the team, because back when we played, there was morons out there and some very tough guys. And I would just tell everybody, every time you're on the ice, know who's on the ice against you.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you were out there against me, and I've said it a million times, well, you could just go figure skating out there, because I wasn't going to hit you, and probably my line mates weren't going to hit you either. But like if you're out there and all of a sudden Bobby Basson and Lowry and Sutter are out there, their job is to be physical.
It changes
right?
everything,
So,
the whole shift. I mean, for me, like I'm thinking off the top of my head, Rafi Torres was one I always you'd line up, you're like, okay. Jordan Tutu was another. And then Rafi came to us in San Jose, and it was like, oh,
thank God.
There's one less guy that I have. But, he was so physical and, obviously crossed the line multiple times that even as a teammate, you're still aware that he was on the ice.
Yeah,
you just had to be.
Like football, he'll hit you too.
Exactly.
If you're a guy.
And so, that's one thing that you just got to be aware of. And I don't think they are anymore.
Yeah,
really.
Chaser, like some of the guys we had Marchment.
Yeah.
And like Jocelyn Lemieux, Claude's
Drake
brother.
Was one guy I always
Dally
thought,
Drake.
Like, he was one of those guys that waited in a game till you were coming around the net, say,
wait in the weeds.
He invented it almost.
Or you're going to carry the puck behind the net and then come up the wall, and he'd be coming down the wall. And him and Brendan Morrow were two of the best at it. They just smashed you.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things.
Brendan ended basically Mikhailik's career at that playoff.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if you were still there.
No, I wasn't
San
there.
Jose
No,
then,
but I remember it.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, it was heard around the league.
Yeah. Sean Burr.
Sure. Sean Burr.
Sean Burr used to hit hard.
Oh, and he loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they would. Those guys, they were good at it, right? Like they'd change momentums of games, and they would wait, and then they would find that opportunity and absolutely destroy it.
Just keep your ass on the wall, up and down. You were okay with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But then you even had guys like Messier. He wasn't afraid to lay an elbow into the jaw.
No,
it was an elbow or a butt end.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some of those highly skilled guys too, like Forsberg.
Oh, the reverse shoulder.
And I played with Phil Forsberg. Same thing. He would the reverse hit.
Pavel Datsuk took it to another level.
You're just not expecting it, right? Because you see Datsuk, you see Phil Forsberg. You're like, all right, I can go in the corner here. Well, they've already shoulder checked, and next thing you know, their ass is in your chest, and you're looking up at the rafters. But yeah, they're sneaky.
Absolutely.
Matty, who are some characters in junior you played with that stand out that you go, man, that guy was something, and maybe didn't make it to the NHL, but maybe he did.
Well, we know one guy very well, Brandon Laidlaw,
Brandon
right?
Laidlaw.
Yeah, he took me under my wing in Nanaimo in the BCHL. He was 20. I think he'd been in the league already for 15 years. You'll laugh at that, but he did the tour of the BCHL, and he kind of took me under my wing in my first year. But him on the ice is a bowling ball. I mean,
right?
What is he, 5'10"? 5'10".
5'10". If he's 5'10", I could
I'll get a kick out of that one too.
Are we giving him credit?
Is that what we're doing?
Man, he was tough.
Because you work for him now?
Is that what it is? Yeah, I don't know what he is.
Last year, he was 5'6".
Yeah, I don't know what he is, but man, he played like he was 6'1".
Yeah,
tough.
I like that.
Yeah.
And where did he end up going?
He after
went to New
Nanaimo,
York somewhere, right?
he went to Utica College.
Utica.
Yeah. Played D3 at Utica College and took
Well,
off
it's a
in the business
scholarship,
world.
but every day you wake up, you're still in Utica.
Yeah, exactly.
Was Amherst the only school that was looking at you?
That was the first team or school that I talked to.
Right.
I got a booklet, and this was my going back to not knowing the next level. Really,
Right.
Holy Cross gave me one of those books that they probably don't do anymore. It's all online. And then Amherst assistant coach came up, watched the game, talked to him, and then I probably had 10 other schools talking to me, but it was just for me, it was like an opportunity. They came first. They liked me. Opportunity to play. It wasn't draft.
Yeah, there's a thing about that first school.
Yeah, you got a soft spot for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just opportunity. There wasn't a lot of high draft picks, so I just wanted to go in and play, and so they treated me really well.
Yeah, I remember being in Penticton, and I got a letter from Michigan State, and I brought it to practice and walked into the coach's office, and I go, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Well, I got this letter from Michigan State." And he goes, "Yeah, they're looking at you to give you a college scholarship to go play hockey." And I'm like, "Really?" And I'm like, "I don't." And then I had so many. All of a sudden, it was just like daily there'd be another one. And then I think like Penticton was really well connected
for sure.
And so it's like politics, and they're in bed with these coaches, which I didn't realize.
Yeah.
And of all the schools, and I was asking the coach for help, and he would go, "Okay, well, we'll only let you go to on 5 visits, I believe."
Right.
And so he goes, "This is where you're going to go." And it was Michigan Tech, Northern Michigan, Colorado College, Duluth, and North Dakota. And, I go to Kalamazoo to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. It
Northern.
It was Western Michigan.
Western Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I go, I look at the coach, and I go to Northern Michigan, and I go, "Why did you send me there? I'm not going there." And then I went to Colorado College, and I go, "Again, why did you send me there? I'm not." That's like Ivy League shit. I'm not going there to go to school.
Yeah.
I'm going there to play hockey.
Yeah.
And then I went to North Dakota and Duluth, and I was like, okay, well, now we got something.
Yeah, we're talking.
Not that Duluth is like a, mecca of warm weather and stuff, but they had the program that was perfect for me, and that's why I picked Duluth. And
yeah,
but it's a neat process to go through, isn't it?
It's cool. It's as they start coming in the schools, and you're talking, and being so young, it's overwhelming. And I talked to Denver, Cornell. Cornell was funny because Ivy League, you got to submit all your grades.
Yeah, my daughter went to Colgate.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't a dumb student. I wasn't horrible, but they're like, I don't think we can get you through clearinghouse. And I was like, okay, not a big deal. I'll move on to the next one. A week later, they call, we got you through. I was like, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
If you're struggling to just get me through admissions, I don't think I'm going to do well in school. So yeah, UMass was the first school, and got along really well with the assistant coach.
Great little town.
Yeah, great little town. The town is basically the campus.
Yeah, right.
So
it's like Duluth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the head coach flew up over Christmas time, and
Yeah.
So like all those little things meant a lot to myself and my family. So yeah, it was a no-brainer. I had a blast.
So what was the stepping stone then? So you go to UMass.
4 years?
2
years. Me too. I went to Duluth
Yeah.
for 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
But that's all they could take of me.
You signed?
Yeah, so I go my first year. I don't think either year I let the world on fire by any means.
Well, you're a defenseman.
A defenseman. I think it was like I was like 7 goals or something like that. So not terrible, but nothing like the kids are putting up now. But then I just went to San Jose's development camp in the summer. Did that gauntlet for a week. You don't see outside for all day. They put you through the ringer, and then after my freshman year, we had exit meetings at those. Wasn't anticipating, and Doug Wilson asked if I wanted to sign basically right then and there, and I was like, I just don't know if I'm ready. It more or less caught me off guard than anything, and
they love to do that.
Yeah, I personally didn't think I was ready, so I kindly said,
I did the same thing in Hartford.
Yeah,
I'm not ready. I was fighting with these men, and I knew I wasn't ready to fight.
I'm not sure you were ever ready.
I don't know if I ever was either. I gave it a whirl.
You held your own.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yeah, and so it was basically like, let me talk to my family. Didn't have an agent at the time.
Exactly.
I love school.
See, you're a smart guy.
And I was like, why not go back to UMass and play hockey?
Another year, right?
Play some more minutes. And
they'll be there next year.
And you know what? That's funny, Hully, you say that. That's exactly what my dad said. He's like, if you play like you did this year, knock on wood, you don't.
There might be other teams too.
They'll be there next year, and sure enough, next year
you should have said, okay, hold on, I'm going to go back to school.
Yeah,
but I don't want to go through this gauntlet again. This is a pain in the ass.
I will come here, but I don't want to do the development camp. No, it didn't work that way. I signed, went to development camp, and thankfully I went back because that first NHL training camp was
it's unreal.
Oh my gosh!
And it's an eye opener.
And I don't even think even the prospects camp beforehand was challenging, and then you go day 1 and 2 of camp, and
it doesn't matter how prepared you are, you're not.
I was blown away.
Yeah, I remember first exhibition game after the little bit of warm up practices, and I line up next to, I think it was Bob Bodak. And he's like, oh, okay, take it easy on me, Halsey. And next thing I know, I was on my ass staring up, and I'm like, oh, this is how it is.
Real,
right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's just so much nerves and everything. And then you're in the locker room with like guys you looked up to, and it's just a whole package of things. And
I remember doing the skate before, and hard between the blue lines, and you're trying to impress everyone right out of the gate.
Yeah, you're going.
I swear to God, when we were done the drill, the very first warm-up drill, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
No wind left. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is going to happen here?
Boy, that kid is he's a good one between the blue lines.
Yeah. I better fight somebody quick and get in the penalty box to sit for a minute. The hell out there and go
buy yourself some time. Oh, for sure. At least you had that in you. I would have just died. But it's funny you say that, because I remember during that whole process, Doug Wilson was like, if you could practice at the NHL level, you can play. The practices are harder than the games. I was like, I don't know if I didn't know because I hadn't played a game. I was like, I don't know if I believe it. But going back to what you're saying, Chase, here, I was like, those practices, man, there's not a pass that's missed.
Yeah.
And you're up and down the ice. It is.
And
like, here's the one thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Don't you think this, though, you guys as players? Don't you think it's easier to play in the NHL in a game than it is to play in the minors?
Took the words right out of my mouth. Because you've got guys who are not going to be out of position.
Mm-hmm. The structure, the skill level.
Yeah. You go down to the minor, you don't know what the hell someone's going to do.
It's just like
if they're going to miss you when you're wide open for a tap in. And
I mean, not that I had a ton of points, but I could probably count 10 assists that I threw 10 feet behind someone and they picked it up clean. And next thing you know, you get a second apple and you're like, oh, hell of a play, so that's, and the structure, everything is just so dialed in that,
And I don't know what, like if you were, I'm sure you fought in junior when you needed to.
Yeah.
And then obviously you go to college and there's no fighting.
No fighting. No.
You know, you're wearing a mask and then all of a sudden you get to the NHL level and there's a lot of, they bring in a lot of tough guys to see who's.
Yeah.
And so do you remember your first tilt?
My first tilt was in Dallas. I, believe it or not, was on the power play and I cross-checked Anton Roussel from behind.
He was a tough little Frenchie.
He was a tough little
lefty,
bugger, man.
maybe.
Yeah, I think I figured that out real quick. He had his chin strap tight, so tight, his helmet wasn't going anywhere.
Well, that's why he couldn't play. He had no oxygen going to his brain.
Brain was cut off from air.
And I survived it. I mean, it was fine.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like, not even the guys that I fought, but it was just in general, it was like, these guys are breathing down your neck and yelling at you, threatening you. I was like, wow, this is the real deal over here.
So you would have loved being against me every shift.
It would have been nice, yeah.
I'd be chasing you and I'd go, Matty, I'm on your ass, move the puck.
That's nice. Yeah, you get a few of those guys.
Well, I don't want you to be mad at me.
Yeah, you get a few of those guys. You know, I played for 6 teams, so you build these relationships. So yeah, you get a few of those guys. I'm coming. Heads up. It's like, thank you. Barf it up the wall.
Yeah,
and
I mean, like, you know, you go to the bars with the guys and you buy them a few beers and talk them up. And then, you know, next thing you know, Brian Marchman's yelling at me on the ice to keep my head up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm out here. Keep your head up. I go, don't worry. I know you're there, buddy. Thanks, though.
Mushy was actually
a great guy.
Awesome guy. He was him and Mike Ricci were the player development guys.
Another awesome guy. Yeah.
And so Mushy was and Reach were the two that basically brought me. Yeah.
God, he
brought me into San Jose. They were big believers in myself. So I owe a lot of my career to them.
He was started.
Like they were awesome.
He was like those ugly rock and roll stars. The chicks loved it. It's like, what the hell?
What would he always say? He obviously was retired player development. He'd say, Matty, you're not going into any rink without seeing a Ricci jersey on the hottest girl in the building. I'm looking at him. He's got the long hair, no teeth, nose beside his ear, but an awesome guy.
Smart, good player too.
Yeah, geez. I'll talk about sandpaper, right? Like he was that.
Right. All right, let's take a break. From Ice Guardians, Matty Irwin, Kelly Chase, Brett Hull. We'll be back.
Now it's time for our Get Checked moment of the game. And today's topic is lung cancer. Lung cancer often doesn't present symptoms in the early stages, which is why it's so important to make sure you're getting screened if you're eligible. What makes you eligible, you might be wondering. If you're 50 to 80 years old and have a history of smoking 20 years or more, you can get checked. Even if you quit smoking, you can still get screened if you smoked in the last 15 years. If you're wanting to quit and having a hard time doing so, WashU Medicine offers a great smoking cessation program. You can learn more by emailing quitsmoking@wstl.education. And to get screened, if you're in Missouri or Illinois, visit getscreenednow.com to find locations near you.
Wow, nice hustle. The only time I get to see that much drive is when I feed my dog. Nugget loves every flavor of Diamond Naturals adult formula. Every time I fill her bowl, it's like a breakaway. I think she loves Diamond Naturals almost as much as she loves the Blues. They both come from Missouri. Maybe it's local pride. All I do know is to step away from the bowl come feeding time because she'll rough you up if you get in the way.
Oh, you are a legend on the ice, but you're no legend in a repair shop.
You're right, Chaser. I couldn't fix a car if it came with a playbook.
That's why you got Car Shield. When your car breaks down, they help and handle all the expensive repairs.
Yep, my first call is Car Shield, and boom, covered. No huge repair bills, no stress.
So you can save the game face for the golf course.
Exactly.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts, exclusions at carshield.com.
Welcome back. Ice Guardians from Window World Studio, brought to you by Siteman Cancer, Kelly Chase, Brett Hull, and Matty Irwin. We were discussing before the break about your time in going to San Jose and going through the going back to school and then back.
Yeah.
And then you signed with them.
Yeah. Signed with them, did 2.5 years in the minors in Worcester. I got my
Worcester, I heard's an all right spot.
You know what?
If you have to be in the minors.
It's not bad. The nice thing about that for me, I was like an hour from school, and you're an hour and a bit from Boston. So like you're just
girlfriend in there.
Yeah. What a place.
Right.
But yeah, Worcester was great. It was a good spot. But my first NHL call up, actually, we're in Albany, New York. I'm laying in bed having a pregame nap. And,
the greatest thing on earth.
Oh yeah, you got to have them.
Oh.
And anyways, the hotel phone rings. We had cell phones. The hotel phone rings, and it's had like the loudest noise you could ever.
What is that?
You basically jump
Fire
out
alarm.
exactly like it's an emergency. Getting called up, basically. I was so pumped. I had to get to the airport, fly to Albany. A bird flew into the jet wing, so our flight was delayed.
Jesus.
I was like, doesn't a bird just get absolutely destroyed in those, and we just keep going because we do fly in the air, right? Like I'd like to think this doesn't happen while we're in the sky. Anyways, have to spend the night in New York City, fly the next morning, New York City to San Francisco.
Oh, they called you up from the other coast.
Yeah, that's where.
Not like if you were there playing the Rangers. Or
something. It wasn't super convenient.
God.
But the best part was I get off the plane. I didn't have Wi-Fi on the plane at the time. My phone's blowing up. TSN ticker back home saying I'm getting called up. Obviously told my parents. So I'm looking at all these texts. This is great. This is going to be awesome. Playing that night, get a call from the assistant GM saying, yeah, we're going to say.
Not Brent Fedek.
It was Wayne Thomas.
Oh, Jesus.
Wayne Thomas.
Bumbles.
Yeah, Wayne Thomas at the time.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, Matty, I just want to let you know that you're being sent back down.
Oh no, that's just great.
He's like, so grab your bags, walk upstairs and check in. And yeah, your flight's in a couple hours.
Yeah, you never want to hear from the assistant because it's never good news.
No.
The main guy wants to give you the good news.
Yeah, he goes, well, at least you got a day's pay in the NHL. I was like, oh, that's good. And he's like, yeah, but we have a game when you land at 3 p.m. in Providence. We landed at like 2 a.m. I was like, geez.
Just continue the pregame nap that they fucked you out of.
So all those text messages, I was like, thanks, but I don't even know what to tell you. I'm going back. But that was a fun
Well, you don't know what you missed.
Yeah, that was a very good. Just didn't see me out there. So that was my first NHL call-up story.
You were even.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, rare occasion. But yeah, so that was that. And then my next time called up was that 12-13 lockout. We had that shortened training camp. A couple guys went overseas to play and got hurt. And so that was my opportunity.
You got to take advantage of your opportunities. Right?
And so I go out for my first skate of training camp of that shortened training camp, whatever. And just trying to get out there on time, be early. We start doing like half ice breakouts. And I'm like, I don't even know who my D partner is. Jay Woodcroft comes up to me. He's like, Matty, do you know who you're playing with? I was like, no. Todd McClellan he would just take one of those little yellow Post-it notes, super small, and just post it in a corner of the locker room. Well, anyways, for this practice, or it was right around the door when he came in the locker room. So I walk out of the locker room and just walk to my sticks on the ice. Like, just get me out there. Don't even think to look at anything. He's like, oh, you're with Dan Boyle. I was like, oh, shit. It's like, all right, well.
That's an all right guy to have.
This is a good partner for now. I don't know what he's thinking, but
he's probably thinking, I'll stand in front of the net. You work both corners.
Exactly. He's like, get him the puck and go. So I ended up staying up for the majority of that shortened year and got sent down for about a week and then got back up and stayed up for the next 2 years after that and then went into free agency. Yeah. So we had good teams, man. I mean, like we were saying before, like the California teams were good. We ended up running into the Kings both years, lost both years in 7. The second year was the year we were up 3-0 in the series and felt like everyone was playing with the wrong-handed stick at one point.
Right.
It was just incredible. But
it's incredible. That last game, it's the hardest mother to win.
Yeah, it was the hardest one to win. And I mean, they were so good, obviously, during that time. And
they had one of those teams where they kind of had everything covered.
Yeah.
Well, it's just exactly like the Blues were in 19. I mean, they're the same. They sort of had, the defense. They were just good at everything.
Yeah.
And they were honestly, they were mean.
for
They were
sure.
tough.
Yeah, led by their captain.
Yeah.
Dustin Brown
Yeah,
was a
Dustin Brown was one of those guys that you knew he was on the ice. I mean, they had quick in net, and on D it was like Matt Green and like Voynov, and then it was
Yeah.
like Doughty, and who was the other massive guy on D there?
Blake didn't
No,
come back there, did he?
wasn't there. Just trying to think. Can't think of it. off the top of my head.
O'Donnell.
No, he
No?
wasn't there either. But they just had massive guys, and we had a big team too. I mean,
Yeah.
You know Martinez there?
Martinez,
Really? Back then?
Voynov,
Yeah.
Matt Green. Just trying to think of the other massive. Oh, Willie Mitchell.
Oh, there he is. I was thinking number
Mitchie was
3,
there.
Willie.
Yeah, he was there. So they just
What a good guy he is.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
And then
Willie.
they just have like depth, like all the way through. I mean, it was a heck of a series, and it probably shouldn't have been 3-0,
Right?
but it was. And then they got momentum, and off they went. And then, so
Springboarded them to the cup.
yeah, they won the cup that year. So,
Yep.
So that was, hey, it was a heck of a series. It was good. And, but yeah.
Tough
Long
leaving
end.
San Jose.
What's that?
Was it tough leaving San Jose?
Yeah, I mean, it's all you knew. I mean, it was
Yeah.
3 years into my career, and so like I didn't know anything about free agency. I thought I'd be there. And I think I had a pretty good year for me. I had 8 goals, almost I think 20 points or something like that, and that's a
Big
lot of-
slappers?
Yeah, that was a pretty
Big
good. That was a
slappers from
pretty
the
good
blue
year
line,
for
yeah.
me. My first game of the year, I had 2 goals in like 3 minutes. I was like, wow, this is incredible.
There's nothing to this.
Yeah, this is easy, but.
Yeah. Well, you know what Gretzky would say to you, right? That was a good couple games.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That was a period, if that. Yeah, but no, it's just one of those things that I didn't want to leave, but
And so you're a free agent,
the writing
right?
was on the wall. Yeah, I was a free agent and thinking, I had a pretty decent year that I'd have, some options. And I tell you, I didn't have a lot of options. I didn't sign July 1st. I ended up signing towards the end of July. And it ended up being between, I think, Arizona and Boston.
Good choice.
And, I was like, go to an original 16.
Yeah,
this would
good
be
choice.
great. Like, went to school out there, played in the minors out there,
Yeah.
know the area. Like, obviously a great team to be a part of with the leadership and everything there. It's like, this is going to be great. Go there. Everything was good. Had a great preseason. And then, man, was I bad at hockey the first 2 games of the year.
Something had happened.
Really?
I think I put one off of my own teammate's shin pads in the net. And then I was just on the ice I was just digging pucks out of my own net. And after the
Then
second
it gets
game
in
of
your
the year-
brain.
Oh, after the second game, I was called into the GM's office, Don Sweeney. That's never good.
No.
Especially knowing that you hadn't played well. And so I was waived. No one picked me up. And then I was down in Providence for the rest of the year. Didn't get called up again. And that was a tough year. That was,
Yeah. That's those are decision-making years.
yeah, it was. You're right.
Self-reflection.
Like, it was a lot of, and then I was scratched too.
Second guessing yourself.
Yeah, second guessing myself. Like,
What the hell just happened?
I know I'm good enough to play in the NHL.
Because you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it and had some success. And then
Well, why
sent
can't we
down.
blame it on your partner? Who was your partner in Boston? Those
Couldn't
2
tell
games?
you. I was in and out of the lineup. That's the crazy part. So I was getting scratched down there, and that's when the doubt starts setting in.
Right.
Things happen fast. It just snowballed downhill. And at the end of that year, it was
Decision time.
It was decision time. It was funny. I won. I won defenseman of the year that year in Providence.
In Providence.
Yeah, and it's all voted on by the booster club, right? In the minors, and Max Talbot was down, and he was funny, man. He was, when I walked out there in my suit to accept my little glass plaque thing, he is banging on the board. Yeah, Matty, way to go! Like, it's so good, it's so good. And
I love it.
but anyways, yeah, it was decision time, and then at that point, I was like, wow, do I give it another crack and over here, or do I go try to collect some money in Russia? And,
God, no.
And had some
Europe,
offers.
maybe.
Yeah, I had some offers over there, and my wife was actually the one that was like, no, you got to give it one more shot.
Yeah, good for her.
Yeah, and so she probably didn't want to go over there, so I don't blame her. And then I signed in Nashville. in the off season, and had a okay training camp, but started in Milwaukee, played 2 games, got called up, and I think I played a career high, like 76 games.
Nice.
So just kind of reestablished myself.
Good team there too.
Yeah, we had a good team. Like that first year, regular season, man, we were fighting for playoffs. We ended up getting in as
I remember that late in the year.
Yeah, 8th seed. I think we were 16th overall. And that's the year we went on the run, and we swept Chicago in the first round, and we played the Blues in the second round, which was a gauntlet, and then played the Ducks in the conference final, and then lost to Pittsburgh in the finals.
Right. And the Pittsburgh didn't run over you guys.
No.
Every game was close.
Yeah, except for in Pittsburgh. We kind of got blown out a little bit there, but at home we were good. Game 6 when we lost, it was 0-0 till about a minute and a half left, and Hornquist chipped it off the back of Pecorine's head from behind the net.
I remember that.
Yeah, and that was the end of it. So, but man, I mean,
what a good experience!
Oh gosh, it was the best. That city was
city was hopping. I remember going through there.
Oh, that's what Jeremy Roenick was just like.
You couldn't even walk around.
Oh, it was nuts. It was absolutely bananas. And during the finals, they had CMA Fest there at the same time. It was insane.
I remember.
It was a really cool experience. Obviously, you'd like to win, but
and you had the famous people coming out every night doing the anthem.
Yeah, nobody knew who was singing every given night, so that was kind of a little hidden gem. And the fans were fantastic. It's like
fantastic. They still are.
They still are, and they were just so excited for
they didn't know what
there
the
wasn't
hell
a
they
whole
were
lot
doing.
of expectation on us. And so I remember getting scored against, and the place everyone would be on their feet by the time the ref brought the puck to center ice cheering. It's like we had scored. It was just a really unique experience. It's a great place to play.
I thought that was I thought it was the all the years I played, the coolest thing in that arena when they had those pillars.
Yeah,
up
in the corners.
Yeah, they were painted like shaving cream cans.
Yeah,
remember
that's right.
that?
Yeah.
I thought that was genius.
Yeah, no, I mean it's such a cool spot. The rink's in the perfect location. It's
perfect location.
You fall into the rink, you fall out of it. Back to Broadway.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a good spot. So. Yeah, I love my time there. I played 4 years in Nashville, so that was the longest stint I had anywhere other than that. Just kind of living out of a suitcase. So
now it's time for your Get Check moment of the game. And today we're talking about prostate cancer. Did you know that besides skin cancer, prostate cancer is the most common cancer among American men? But it's very treatable, especially with early detection. Fellas, please speak to your primary physician about knowing when to get your PSA test done. A simple blood test could save your life. Typically, it's recommended you get the first test done around the age of 50. But if your family has a history of other factors, you may opt to get it done as early as your 40s. It's a simple blood test, and that's it. And if you're in Missouri or the Illinois area, you can go to getscreenednow.com, or you type in your zip code and find a screening location near you. Or you visit siteman.washu.edu.
No sport flips faster than hockey. One power play, a goalie pulled in the last 2 minutes left, and everything changes. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, is built for that kind of chaos, with live betting from puck drop to the final horn. And DraftKings has your back with early exit protection. If you place a pre-game player prop bet and your player starts the game but leaves in the first period due to an injury and doesn't return, you'll get your money back in cash. No bonus bets, no opt-ins, just real protection when injuries early. New to DraftKings? Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code GUARDIANS. That's code GUARDIANS to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets instantly. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
On the ice, the enforcer protects the team. At home, you need something to protect your house as well. That's why St. Louis trusts Window World for replacement windows, doors, and siding.
Locally owned and operated since 2003, they've installed windows in nearly 80,000 homes. Their windows come standard with double strength glass, a lifetime warranty, including breakage.
Listen, 60% of the appointments 2025 came from previous customers' referrals. And because people know that they deliver.
Right now, get 0% APR for 36 months. Call 800-GET-WINDOWS for details about credit cost and terms. For new accounts, the APR for purchase is 29.99%, subject to credit approval. Score big at Hippos Dispensaries with locations in Chesterfield, Columbia, and Springfield. Daily deals that keep your wallet in the game, top cannabis brands you know and trust, and bud tenders who feel like teammates. Hippos, your home rink for cannabis in Missouri. When Chaser was sick, Tony Twist was co-hosting with us, and we had Bobby Bertuzzo in.
Okay.
And Twister couldn't, talk enough about, guys like you and your determination that, it wasn't, I was drafted and I played a little bit in the minors and then I was up in the NHL. And it was, I'm up, I'm down, and then I almost said, I'm playing. I'm like, I'm an NHLer.
Yeah.
Well, and then all of a sudden you're not, and then you're on waivers.
Yeah.
And you stick it out, and then all of a sudden you're in the Stanley Cup Finals against probably one of the greatest players to play the game in Sidney Crosby.
Yeah, unfortunately,
right?
We had to play against him.
And then all of a sudden you're in Washington. And you're the beer guy.
Yeah. So there's two stops in between there, Hully. I started taking on the beer role in Nashville as I was towards the end of my career.
That's when you're a 3 a.m. guy.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? We had beers on the bus, but like I wasn't playing every game. So I was like, you guys worry about the game. I got to have something to do.
Exactly.
I just got absolutely bag skated in the morning. I worked out.
I couldn't imagine.
Let me just take care of you guys because you guys are putting the work in, but just let me have a couple in the back. So started with grabbing the beers on the bus and kind of took it everywhere I went after that.
Right.
But I went to Anaheim after Nashville. I asked for a trade out of Nashville, and David Poyle, our GM, was great about it because I wasn't playing. I was a UFA.
Was that a good move, asking for the trade?
It was because I said through my agent, basically, it's like, I would like a trade or re-sign me. I'm not playing. I'm a UFA. Our coaches had changed. We ended up with John Hines, and I wasn't in the cards with him.
Yeah, you're probably too good a player.
I'm not sure, but I wasn't playing. So it was like, I need to play for next year. And so,
isn't it funny how those U.S. GMs, they don't know how to hire anyone but a U.S. coach, they just keep going around in a freaking circle.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, do you want to win, or do you just want to take care of your U.S. guys?
Yeah, well, I got nothing but respect for David Poyle.
Well, of course, you should. Yeah.
But yeah, it was funny because he's like, I don't want to trade you. I was like, well, David, like,
who said that?
He wanted me for depth.
For beer. Did you give him beer too? Front of the bus, guy.
Who was saying that, Poyle or the coach?
Poyle.
Okay. He probably wasn't talking to the coach.
And I just said, well, can you just, understand my situation? Like, I need to play if I'm.
Because I really like David Poyle.
Yeah, of course
he was phenomenal. He was great. But I was the type of guy that could go 30 games without playing and then go in and you're going to get what you're going to get. So there's always that trust there. And so that's valuable when you go on playoffs. And so anyways, he was great. It made me wait all the way till whatever the trade deadline was, 3 p.m. Packed the kid up and we're going to Costco because it looked like I wasn't going to trade. Sure enough, 45 minutes later, my phone rings and got shipped out to Anaheim where I got to play 10 games and then COVID shut down. But I played 20 minutes a night. One night, I think I played close to 26 minutes. Like I was gassed.
Of course.
But I hadn't been playing, but I truly believe that's what got me the opportunity the next year in Buffalo, which happened. And, that season started in January or whatever it was. And we were awful. We had a good team, but we weren't good.
Right.
Yeah. It was almost like the players expected to be shitty. So they played shitty.
Yeah. It was interesting. I mean, you look at we signed Taylor Hall, we signed Eric Stahl, we had Eichel, we had Reinhart, Dahlin, we had Linus Allmark and Nat.
Yeah.
Guys were banged up throughout the year, but we just could not could not put it together.
Right.
And I think we lost 12 in a row at one point. No fans.
Right.
Yeah, it was just an interesting year and in and out of the lineup there. And then I went free agency again.
Well, hold on. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
And we'll get into
The next
your
chapter.
move to I think it was
Washington.
the Caps.
Yep.
We'll be back.
Did you know on Siteman Cancer Center's website, you could find your risk of 12 cancers and 6 other important chronic diseases and get personalized tips for preventing them? This easy-to-use tool called Your Disease Risk is your source on prevention. Developed by world-renowned experts, Your Disease Risk combines the latest scientific evidence, disease risk factors, and offers step-by-step guidance for improving your health. Visit yourdiseaserisk.com and calculate your risk today. And make sure you're getting your routine cancer screenings for further prevention.
Hold on a second. I got it. Let's go. I could have scored 86 with air in the pucks. Our town, our team, our builder. McBride & Son Homes. They're everywhere you want to live.
On the ice, the enforcer protects the team. At home, you need something that protects your house as well. That's why St. Louis trusts Window World for replacement windows, doors, and siding.
Locally owned and operated since 2003, they've installed windows in nearly 80,000 homes. Their windows come standard with double strength glass, a lifetime warranty, including breakage.
Listen, 60% of the appointments 2025 came from previous customers' referrals and because people know that they deliver.
Right now, get 0% APR for 36 months. Call 800-GET-WINDOWS for details about credit cost and terms. For new accounts, the APR for purchase is 29.99%. Subject to credit approval. Score big at Hippos Dispensaries with locations in Chesterfield, Columbia, and Springfield. Daily deals that keep your wallet in the game, top cannabis brands you know and trust, and bud tenders who feel like teammates. Hippos, your home rink for cannabis in Missouri. Welcome back, Ice Guardians. Brought to you by Siteman Cancer Center from the Window World Studios. Kelly Chase. Matt Irwin.
Brett Hall.
Well, I'm Brett Hall, that's for sure.
Can't forget that.
Listen, Matt, it's been a pleasure having you on and talking with you and learning a little bit about. Here's the new. You got the old culture with the new.
It's not the truth.
And it's a great
He's old
mix
school, new school.
because you need to have the older guys to just kind of still set a precedent or still like be able to talk to the young guys. And
Yeah,
the guys
make sure
that
the
listen.
beer's on the bus.
Yeah, have a couple
important.
beers on the bus and have some fun. And we don't knock the new.
I do.
Well, I know, but the way it is now, it's not even the player's fault. I mean, it's just the way the culture is now, Matt.
Well, who in the hell's fault is it? They're the idiots who bring
We've allowed it
Xbox
to
on the
creep in.
road.
It's our fault.
No, it isn't. No one ever did that when we played.
Well, I mean, it's crept in, and for whatever reason, it's here. And I think a lot of it has to do with the social media.
How about the
phones.
guys? How about the guys who have those like Stay Puff air things on their legs on the plane? It's like, are you shitting me?
Well,
Ice from the
anything you can
inside.
do to make you better.
Ice
what
it
it's
from
there
the
for.
inside.
That's it.
They don't know. That's what they're told is going to make them better.
Yeah, well, someone's lying to them.
Well, maybe not.
Because the
What
only
if they're
thing that
not?
makes you better is being from the neck up. Getting it.
Between the ears.
Well.
Yeah.
In any event, Matty,
Yeah.
you got to move around and play with some teams.
Yes.
And your
Was-
last stop gave you a good
Was with
perspective.
the king of goal scoring.
Yes. Yeah. So after
And I've heard nothing but great things about him.
he's the man.
I love
He's
it.
the best. Talk about old school. But yeah, no, after Buffalo, free agent again, shocker. You know what? I did the outreach on this one because Peter Laviolette, Kevin McCarthy, who I had in Nashville, were in Washington, and they were great to me. Kept me around probably longer than I should have been. And then Washington traded Brendan Dillon to Winnipeg, who I know Dilly.
Brendan Dillon, that was
He's in Jersey now.
Dallas, right?
He's in Dallas.
Yeah, he was in Dallas.
He went to San Jose, and that was kind of the writing on the wall for me in San Jose. And so when he left Washington, I texted Lavi and Cato, and I was like, "Are you looking for?" I wasn't going to say a top pairing D man because we knew that wasn't true. I was like, "You're looking for a seventh guy," and sure as shit, I got a call like the next day, and it was a two-way deal, but I was excited about the opportunity.
Yeah,
it was a deal. And then, played that 1 year. I think I played 15 games and back to the beers on the bus.
Ovi likes his beer, huh?
He loves his beer. And I think that was a big part of it. It was just, at that point in my career, it's just like, what can I bring to the team? Like I'm not going to be on the ice or in too many games. I'm going to work my bag off in practice, be a great teammate. What do you guys need?
3 a.m. guy.
Beers on the bus.
3 a.m. guys, right?
Guy. And so, yeah, that was I made sure Ovi is one of the best humans, obviously the best goal scorer. He welcomed me in like I had been there for, the whole culture. TJ Oshie, everyone loves him here around St. Louis. John Carlson, Nick Backstrom. They just welcomed me in. It's like such a culture there. It's incredible.
I couldn't believe when the Blues traded TJ Oshie.
Oh,
of all the people they could have traded, I'm like,
talking about
what are you doing?
Talking about a skill guy that you go into a
works
corner
hard,
and you're like, okay, I'm okay, and then you reverse hits you.
Yeah,
like that guy played so hard and
underrated.
One of the best athletes I've ever seen.
Unbelievable. He's good at everything.
Yeah,
he's good at every sport, and he's just a great person. And so, yeah.
It sucks when a guy like that gets hurt because he could still be playing.
Oh, that guy could play probably.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't for injuries, just the way
Like
he thinks the game and his skill and everything.
I am so thankful I never hurt
We could have
anything.
picked 4 other guys to move
on
him.
I would have moved almost everyone before him.
But what you love about Osh is like
I would have.
That's why he had to retire is because how he played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
But so anyways, it was like, find your what can I bring to the team? Bring your niche. And so it ended up, they already had beers on the bus, I'm sure.
Well, of course.
For a fact.
So what? There's going to be more now.
But I was like, I'm going to, I'm not playing. You guys worry about the game, get the win, and I'll get the beers.
And you said it right there. And Chaser's got the best story, and he learned it from Gordie Howe.
Yeah.
When he was a unsigned free agent, and he was going to Hartford's camp. I don't know if you've ever heard that story. And then we also have a great Peter Laviolette story. Yeah. So, not sure we can tell the Laviolette story, but
the point is, it's like, know what you are and make sure everyone else knows who you are.
Yeah, make sure you get noticed.
That's it.
Exactly. And it was such an easy.
Make sure the best guy on the team is your buddy.
And man, like the amount of not even going out to bars, but like if we'd play mostly on the West Coast and then we fly out the next day, like if we weren't going out to the bar, we'd go to our meal room and we would stay up in the meal room, sit around the table and, talk hockey, talk life, drink beers.
And buck up and the guy would come in and go, we're almost out of beer. Here's $100.
Exactly.
Bring us another couple cases.
There's more coming in and
I don't know if I can do that. Here.
The best part
I can
about
get that.
There's no last call.
Right.
They're always willing to help. And but you're sitting around a table with those guys that I mentioned and you don't want to leave.
Oh, it was,
and Ovi wouldn't let you leave either.
Yeah, it was awesome when you play with those old guys, and I guess everyone's got old guys, but like the old guys.
Well, if they get to be an old guy, you better be listening.
Like Bernie Federico and those guys playing in the 70s. It's like, holy mackerel. It's like,
but if you get to Butchie and those guys and they're telling you, just sit down and shut up.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Listen up.
Bernie Federico, just sit down. Just sit down and listen.
Well, my first team party.
Give your ears a chance.
My first year in Washington was our Halloween party. So obviously earlier in the year, I'm dressed up as Bob Ross.
I was going to, I'm
Bob
Dynamite.
Ross. Oh yeah.
I was going to say, what's your go-to?
It was an awesome costume. I just had a fro. I had my beard.
The white smock on.
I did my own little painting. We go have our team party and it's getting to like I don't know, 1 a.m. or something like that. Ovi comes around, grabbing the rookies. I wasn't living in the hotel. He's like, let's go for steak. And I'm thinking, where are we going for steak? He's like, Matty, you're coming. I was like, well, of course I'm coming. But like, what steak place is open at this time? But
Right.
There's some Russian.
yeah, he found one. And it was like a Ruth's Chris or something like that. Sure enough, we're in this back room of an empty restaurant and we're eating ribeyes at 2 a.m. and practice the next
That's
day.
the
which was-
best.
yeah, and I was
Awesome.
like, the younger guys are like, oh man, we got practice. I was like, you have to go to this.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're all going to be in the same boat tomorrow. So that was super cool. But yeah, so
I'll tell you a quick story about New York. First time I went to New York, Gino Cavallini and I were rooming together. He says, pack your bag. I said, we don't leave until like 10 o'clock. He goes, pack your bag. Get your stuff ready. Pack your bag. I'm like, all right. So I packed my bag. After the game, we go out. We go to this restaurant. We go to and walk in the back room, and Cher is standing there. Invites us in. We go and we have dinner with Cher and her
How in the hell
entourage.
did Gino Cavallini know Cher?
Gino Cavallini and Cher. Well, I think OT or you said it.
Are you
Whatever
sure
it
it
was.
wasn't like a stunt double, like from Vegas?
Yeah, it was like I don't know, like a cool back room, curtains, everyone sitting around talking, like 4 tables and then, a little bar thing. I cannot believe I'm 20 years old. I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking Cher. So anyways, like you said, 4:30 in the morning, she's like, who's hungry? They get the chef out. We order steak, everything we eat. Okay, we're going to go back to the hotel. Gino gets the cab driver, drop us off 2 blocks from the hotel. He goes, get out. We get out. We walk into a coffee shop, get a coffee. He orders 2 coffees. He gives me one. Gets 2 newspapers out of the machine from the guy, 2 newspapers, and we walk down the street and we walk in the hotel. And Brian Sutter's standing there and he's looking at us and he's like, what the fucking, don't tell me these 2 assholes have been up already. Like, I get up first. And sure as shit, we just walk in and Gino says, see, that's why you pack your bag at night. Now let's go up, get our bags and get the hell back. So he wanted to make it look like we were out having coffee in the morning, having breakfast before Brian got up. Thank God, bags packed, come back downstairs with our bags, got on the bus. He's laughing the whole time. I couldn't believe it. So it was a great lesson to a rookie right out of the gate, my first trip to New York City.
preparation.
Key.
Yeah. So he would tell me, Hully, because we were roommates, and he would go, make sure my bag's packed at 10 every night. And I'd be like, okay. And then he'd come back in the morning and he'd grab his bag. And I'd be like, where have you been? And he'd go, don't worry about it. And I'm like, okay. Maybe bring
You're
me
so full
along
of
next
shit.
time. I'm like,
You're so full of shit. I roomed with his suitcase. Okay. And then, of all things, he'd come in the morning. He'd say,
we should change the name of our podcast to I Roomed with His Suitcase. Because we say it every episode.
oh my God. I just used to laugh. You'd be like, I got practice. I blocked a shot. Oh my God, I never blocked a shot. I can't do this. I'm like, get up. Come on. And it never failed. He wanted me to pin the curtains at night when we got in. So I'd clamp them together.
Yeah.
Turn the air down, 60, whatever. It could go down as low as it could. And every morning I had to unclip those things and pull them wide open so he'd get out of bed because he wouldn't get up.
Surprised he wasn't sleeping with his shades
Oh
on.
my
Yeah.
God.
That's good.
Usually I had to undress him to get him in bed. Jesus.
Well, you were
Oh, my
packed,
God.
so you had time.
Well, he was packed.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
If you were undressing me, I got in the wrong bed.
Oh, well,
That's
this has
good.
been another unbelievable episode. Thank you,
Thank you.
Matty. Are you
Appreciate it,
kidding?
Hully.
It was our pleasure having you.
Chaser, thank
Matty.
you, man. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
pal.
Chaser,
Appreciate
love
it.
you.
I wish I had those big mitts
Yeah.
when I was playing.
You did.
Good.
I wish you
handle.
had any. Until next time, it's Ice Guardians.